and gentlemen, boys and girls, children and all ages, it is me, Dukect here, live, back once again on the Dukect Lounge. So, let us get into this craziness. And I'm not going to talk about WE 205 Live. No, I'm not going to do that because first off, I didn't watch it. In fact, most of the people in the arena left after SmackDown, so I didn't watch it. In fact, most of the things I was watching is actually wrestling with actual, look, I'm not trying to say I hate the cruiserweights, but I'm just massively disappointed. And what they were flirting on for, what they did on Monday Night Raw and everything, it just, I just felt like this show, the cruiserweight show, to me is pointless. It's just trying to put these guys, again, separating them. You keep separating these guys from the main roster. Again, WCW didn't mind having their cruiserweight fight against big guys, people in the main event scene. And they said, yeah, cruiserweights were important, but they still interacted with the main event talent. There's little to no interaction. And having a show on the network, once again, will prove that that will not help. It's not going to help them. So, with that said, I'm not going to be watching the WWE separate them in their own little pocket universe. Again, it doesn't really help the problem. It just puts a Band-Aid. Again, there's no real... The one way they can do it is start integrating the people in the... And you notice Neville isn't on that. Why is it Neville, Sami Zayn, and most of the guys that should be cruiserweights guys should be in that division? I mean, they do qualify. Just saying. But, let's see. Well, what a show, ladies. But yet, the one show I did watch was Lucha Underground. This past week, and let me tell you something. Wow, what a world! What is seriously? It is. Yes, the entire. First off, I have to say, Pentagon Dark, Season 3, Episode 13, the title "Breaker of Bones," and it looks, because let me tell you something. Pentagon Dark. Pentagon Gark. I'm gonna tell you something. This dude is a star, and what happened to him that night, the previous night of Lucha Underground? Wow, it shows. This is what I really like about the show. Sure, it wasn't. There were matches with basically him. I mean, again, under an hour. The show has only an hour to have this type of stuff there. Only an hour, but. But yeah, they still had a lot of interesting type of things, and I'll get to later. Because first you have Vampiro behind the scenes of the temple. He tells Pentagon that he has to pay for his former sins, and that even if he walks out of the gauntlet alive, he says, yeah. He says, I haven't forgotten what you've done to me. And yet Pentagon gives him like this, the zero miedo, says, zero fear. And, well, as Pentagon Dark takes down the Black Lotus Triad. As he takes on the Yuri, takes on Doku. The first one, she was actually pretty okay. And, as Pentagon Dark, it was basically a very short match, but also a vampire. Not vampire, Vampiro gives a nice analogy of a warrior asking a monk about the difference between heaven and hell when he doesn't attain the knowledge he seeks. The warrior realizes that not knowing is hell. Striker responds exactly. That sort of thing. It says, yeah, it was like very cryptic threat and all these type of things, saying it might be Matt Striker. It's like, hey, is that a threat to Pentagon? And this is just watch it. And Exactly, and yeah, but yeah, I gotta say, Doku, and these all three are these are ladies, by the way, and I love Lucha Underground for that. I mean, it's an equal opportunity. They go men, women, whatever. They say if you good enough the skills, you will go and fight for Lucha Underground. They believe they're like, hey, let's do it. But yeah, Pentagon and Doku has a good match, and yet, Pentagon hits her with some good chops, hits her with a huge super kick, and then continues to go out there. He continues to beat Doku down, just press slash Doku over her head and drops her face in the middle of the ring, and then throws her to the barricade on ringside. It just continues to beat her down, but yet Doku comes back, tries to rally, but yet she goes off the top rope, delivers a flying elbow drop Pentagon Dark, and she tries to go for a second one, but Pentagon catches her in an awesome counter to it for the arm breaker submission, and then crack, bam, Pentagon breaks Doku's arm, and the ref calls for the bell, and Pentagon Dark wins the first match. And then they go to break, and now they come back as Jeremiah is backstage at the temple lifting weights. He's talking. He was approached by Katrina, and they're talking about Ivelisse, since Jeremiah Crane is affiliated with her as Ivelisse's their boyfriend and girlfriend, Elise and Jeremiah. But yet it seems like Katrina has some type of mysterious past for Jeremiah and Katrina as well. Okay, bottom man, him getting a little bit of a trance, looking into her, and tells her that it starts touching her, rubbing all on him, saying that Jeremiah is not in love with Ivelisse, but he is in love with her. But yet, Katrina tells Jeremiah that she is in love with someone else, and gives him the lick of death. So he's marked. So that's nice. Meanwhile, we have Pentagon Dark waiting again for the next Black Lotus member to arrive. He grabs the mic and in his native tongue in Spanish says that it's not important how many members of the triad that they are, that he will break all their arms. And then he not only that, and he swears that the Black Lotus, when he's done with the triad, he is going to destroy the triad. She's going after Black Lotus, and he's not only break her arm, she will also break her in two. He will also break her in two. And the next one is Yuri. Comes up next up is Yuri taking on Pentagon, and then Yuri and Pentagon goes off, and nice as she hits a nice cross body onto Pentagon, and seriously the action of these the wrestlers, the triad, all the ladies did just one hell of a job here. Yuri takes the fight to Pentagon. She throws him the walls, surrounds the temple, rams his head in a few chairs, hits his head over the broadcast table, gets the ring bell and hits him over the head with it, and just continues her on struts. And then Pentagon comes right back and starts just going back blow to blow. Action comes back in the ring. Yuri tries to kick, tries to get a nice kick on Pentagon, but he counters, gets a nice ankle lock submission. Yuri goes into, she doesn't tap out. And I like when Vampiro says, if you're evil and dark, tapping out, that's not your role. You don't believe in that tapping out. She comes back and rallies, hits a Hurricanrana on Pentagon, and she heads to the top rope, hits a nice double stop on him, and then only gets a 2 count. Then she hits a nice DDT on Pentagon, tries to leaps into the air, but Pentagon catches her midair and nails her with the package pile driver, and then Pentagon once again goes for the arm, and he gets it, breaks her arm, and wins by ref stoppage. 2 down, 2 to go. They continue. The march continues. But then, after the break, here's some more story. Matanza is in his cell. And cell in the temple. He is slamming his hands against the wall. His brother Dario, trying to calm him down, tells him he should be ready to get a Lucha Underground championship back. He's getting his rematch. Just says Dario no. And he says, Dario's like, what do you want? You don't want the title, then what do you want? He says, Mysterio. He wants Mysterio, and then you see the Rey Mysterio's question mark symbol written in the wall in blood. So basically Rey Mysterio's pretty much dead. That's pretty much it. So yeah, he's dead. Anyway, next up in the gauntlet, as Hitokiri, I can't pronounce it. Hitokiri's name translates to assassin in Japanese. So Hitokiri comes out and just comes right out the gauntlet, just comes in, hits a missile dropkick right on the battle-weary Pentagon. And then just not only hits a missile dropkick, launches herself over the top rope onto Pentagon, which basically gets the crowd up. But yet this is not the craziest thing on Lucha Underground, what she does here. She throws chairs. She just does everything. And then, but yet this is not the end of it right here. She goes back in the ring, and Pentagon just hits a nice blow, knocking her around. And then Pentagon is a beatdown. Hitokiri with some nice strikes, and then just kicks her right in the head. And then she flings Hitokiri, I'm just call her Carrie, through the wooden chairs to inside. And it's pretty much like, she was. And then Pentagon Dark just choking her out with an electrical cable. He wraps her neck around the ring post and chokes her out some more. Pentagon grabs a steel chair and just completely destroys Hitokiri with it. Beatty continues. She gets flung to 5 rows of chairs. And then he gives her a DVD, a Death Valley driver onto the floor. But yet, she keeps on kicking. She managed to do she has a nice drop toe hold on Pentagon into a steel chair. Then she runs up to the stairs and dives off the top of Dario Cueto's office onto Pentagon. Holy crap, that is amazing. Seriously, I can't really do it. I'm going to put the pictures up and see how all this stuff is, but my God, this was amazing. I mean, that was amazing, and I can't believe I just saw that. It was beautiful. Then you have Pentagon Dark dragged in the ring by Hitokiri. Pentagon tries to attempt the Package Pile Driver, but Hitokiri counters it to the Destroyer Bomb, formerly the Canadian Destroyer, and she pins Pentagon for the 1, 2, 3. Holy crap. And you thought this match was going to be... I thought this was going to be a clean sweep for Pentagon, but Lucha Underground always, and I do mean always, finds a way to do these little bit of the curveball, if you will. A little bit of a curveball on these shows. And then the gauntlet's not over. I mean, no. Daryl Kratos says the only way the gauntlet ends is that he survives. He has to go through all of them. As the Black Lotus, it says there's one more member of this whole craziness goes over. It is the Black Lotus. She will walk into the ring. As she is looking for Vince or Triad members by her side, the ones with broken arms, Yuri and Doku clutching their arms, but there's no slings. Pentagon Dark is still off of the Destroyer Bomb by Hirokiri, but she doesn't wait for the referee. She just knocks down the refs, beating down Pentagon, and the people, the believers, the fans in the ref chant, break his arm, and that's what exactly the Breakers does. And pretty much she breaks his arm, and he's like, the gauntlet is concluded, Pentagon is over, and it looks like it's over as the Black Lotus Triad stands over the broken Pentagon Dark. But out comes Dragon Azatea comes out to the ring. Rey Mysterio's young protege comes around and stares down his enemy Black Lotus. And after the stare down, Lotus leaves. And Azatea sides up Pentagon and proceeds to break his other arm. And as this was happening, Vampiro looks on at his former student and smiles as Pentagon Dark finally pays for his sins. But yet, the show is not the surprising twist. As the final scene of this week's show, Prince Puma, a fallen champion, wakes up in the casket that Mil Muertes puts him in. Vampiro is standing over him, and he is like saying, "Come with me." Oh snap! Looks like Prince Puma has a new mentor. That looks to be very interesting. Oh yes, I cannot wait to see more of this venture. And see, I'm so excited watching every Lucha Underground. There's everything, these little things. Even if the show is basically a one-match show or three-match show, everything has a point. Everyone has a purpose. If you're featured on the show, you're not meandering around, basically saying, random match, whatever. Each match has a story. There's a build. There's things that will help, that will build to matches, and there's a point to all of it. There's always a point to these matches, and I love that. And that, to me, my friends, is why I really enjoy Lucha Underground. And I can't wait to see more of it next week and see the aftermath of what Pentagon got with both of his arms broken. What lies for him in the future. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a small little break. After that, we're going to be talking about the CW 4-week Cruise crossover event, Aliens versus Heroes, Heroes versus Aliens. We'll be talking about that and more. We're going to take a smaller break. We're going to listen to some little bit of some music. Let's listen to some Batman music of funk with Stephen Kennedy from OCRemix.com. You can listen to that and more. Just go on the YouTube page, youtube.com/OCRemix, and their website, OCRemix.org. Seriously, go check their website. You got a lot of awesome and great songs. Go and check it out. Anyway, we'll be right back right after this, here, live on the Dukect Lounge. We are back, ladies and gentlemen, here live on TalkShoe.com. And if you want to connect to me, Dukect, to be a part of this, remember, call in at number 724-444-7444. Once again, the number is 724-444-7444. And the collecting ID, the call ID to connect to me, Dukect, is 92417. Once again, the call ID is 92417. All right. So, four series, wrapping up with Heroes versus Aliens. And oh boy, there's some things I got to say that I liked, I really liked, things I did not like, and things that just maybe really scratch my head and say, huh? Well, because first off, let's start with things that I didn't really figure. First off, Supergirl. The episode Supergirl was not that bad. In fact, it ripped off. It fixed up all the stuff that's happened with Supergirl, with Cadmus, and also it does something I really like. It's actually it actually wrapped up a lot of what I feel like what the heroes need is actually multiple big bads. So I'm happy they didn't drag the Cadmus arc for forever. I think that's a really good thing, and I'm hopeful that it continues to. They don't have more. You still have Jeremiah still out there and all this type of stuff. I think that and that Cyborg Superman, then you have the mysterious alien stuff. But again, it looks like they're moving on to different antagonists. I like that, and I really, really hope that this will be a new thing, because I really don't want to have the whole season with these characters, trying to have all this other stuff. But that's just my personal opinion. I could be 100. I could be 100% wrong. But anyway, let's get this thing started. Let's see, Supergirl. Funny thing is, Supergirl episode did not really have anything connecting to it to cross over to the very end. I didn't like that at all. But overall, it did wrap everything up. They did the whole, to catch everyone up. You have the Martian Manhunter slowly turned to a white Martian because of the blood transfusion of Morgan McGann, the last one of the last Martians. But yet, swerve, it was a white Martian. Yeah. But in the end, he was ready to die, but he didn't, as he thought, oh goodness, let me start over again. Alright. He was getting really sick. He's slowly turning into White Martin. Carr finds out, and meanwhile, all this other stuff's happening. You have Cadmus develop a bioweapon to take out all the aliens in the entire planet. All of the aliens, including Kara, including Dax, pretty much the alien, I think Mon-El. Oh yes, he would take out Mon-El permanently. From all the aliens and all this stuff, because aliens are the ones destroying humanity, and then humanity can go back fighting against each other, because that's what we do. Anyway, it looks like it was the leader of Cadmus was pretty much Luthor's mom. Lena's Luthor's, Lex Luthor's mom, running Cadmus and doing all these type of things, and she was doing all these type of experiments. She was doing all these type of horrible things to our heroes last episode. Yet she had a plan to really to destroy the aliens on this planet, this huge chemical weapon. But yet they built this up for a couple episodes, and I like that. I like the way they built this up. And in the middle of the episode, you had that blue dimensional warp thing. That Cisco's like, okay, we're going to, vibe into other universes. Yeah, she saw that, and in the middle of a fight, which was the fight scenes for the most part in Supergirl had been good, and I really, really enjoyed the heartfelt moments, and seriously, I really just enjoy having all of these enjoy all of the moments of what Supergirl brings to and I mean, I'm not like, oh my god, Supergirl is the greatest thing DC ever made and everything. No, she does things well, but she, Cara Danvers, the person who plays a great job. She does a great job, really, really doing some good stuff. But back to the main point, this episode did not again connect to the aliens versus humans storyline. It just wrapped up everything for Cora's thing. Is Lena Luthor, Yes, Luthor's sister, has this component that will help destroy the aliens. She gives that thing to her mother, but it was a swerve. In the end, Lena Luthor saves the day again. So they're not really having her turn into a villain, unless it's going to be a really tragic thing that she slowly becomes a villain, or she becomes an ally, which is going to be really good. I mean, that's something very interesting. And in the end, Supergirl saves the day. It was actually, no, Lena Luthor saves the day as she locks up her mom, puts her in there, can't misses no more, and they synthesize a cure to help Dax and all the other aliens and everything that are living in Central City who are affected, I believe. And not only that, they somehow synthesize it to get rid of all the white Martian alien cells to basically make John's back into a regular Martian again. So everything today is saved. And then we get finally to Barry and Cisco going into the other universe, going to the Earth 2 and picking up Supergirl. And thus begins the Flash part. And by the way, the reason why the aliens invade the Dominators is because of Flashpoint. Really? Look, I understand you want Barry to feel like everything is his fault. And the lovely thing about this is how the Legends of Tomorrow, especially Sarah, says, "Oh, you can't go and mess up history." And I'm like, you do that every time, every episode. Did you forget about last year about, I don't know, you guys basically crippling the Pentagon? Or you guys basically messing yourselves around in the 1950s? Or heck, this one in World War II and all these other and all these other places that basically, episodes I didn't see because the show was really, really bad. Legend of Tomorrow was really, really bad. The first season was really terrible. It got better at the end. It was from crap to at least halfway decent. That is what it was. It was crap, and then went to halfway decent. And this season, for the most part, maybe because Rip is no longer there. Rip is no longer there, and they pretty much are doing all these type of stuff by themselves. I am actually liking the show. This is actually becoming slowly my rotation. They realized the two characters, the Hawk, Hawk Girl and Hawk Man. Which, by the way, what happened to Hawk Girl and Hawk Man? It's just like they just fell off the face of the earth. Wouldn't they be? Hey, don't you think we should be the ones helping out the whole Earth getting taken over? Where the hell are those guys? What happened to the Hawk Girl and Hawk Man? They just disappeared. They just fell into the ether. I don't know. Maybe Flashpoint erased their existence. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, it does seem to be like Barry's fault. Barry this, that, and the other. I understand Barry messed up some things on Flashpoint, but really? I mean, Flashpoint's the reason why the aliens invade. Especially Cisco, the whole meanness, passive aggressive stuff from Cisco. I get that he didn't kill his brother. I'm like, yeah, whatever. But I've moved on from this because passive aggressive Cisco sucks, and it is. And passive aggressive Cisco sucks. It's just to me weak writing because they had this whole thing. They had it. They had Cisco and Barry have their whole beef in the beginning of the season, and they got over it. Why do they have to continue doing this whole pseudo drama so they can have this nice scene where they get together when Cisco ruins the timeline, saying, "Oh, why I messed up, man. I was trying to make things so much better, but in the end, I made this worse." And I made a nice little tweet saying, so that means Legends Tomorrow's canceled, right? I mean, since they know whatever time they go back in time, they mess things up. The Legends continue to screw things up when history is told not to screw things up. But that's just my thing. But yeah, Barry getting this whole "oh my gosh, it's all my fault," yada 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 crap. I'm done with it. I'm sick of it. Then again, I was sick of Flashpoint, which I'm like, seriously. And then they had the whole Collider thing happen and Kid Flash. I'm like, wait a minute. I still don't get this. Someone tell me in the comment section how Kid Flash can exist in Flashpoint. Because if Barry's mom didn't die, then timeline would continue as normal. And, timeline would continue as normal. And you would have Cisco, I don't know, doing his other thing. But yet you have, the way the powers would have came through would have been, I don't know, would have happened like 15 years later. Well, maybe he was a lot older and wiser. Seriously, this makes no sense. It makes no sense. I don't understand it. I just don't. But overall, it makes no sense why Kid Flash exists and yet Barry does not get his. But Kid Flash was first then? Then why did Kid Flash suck in that Flashpoint universe, and that's why he died? And then you had the Black Flash, the Black Racer Flash dude run Central City for a while, and then Barry Allen comes in and saves the day, and that's how everything took place. Because that makes no sense. I don't know. That fine, whatever. But you have these. These lapses in logic. I love the show, but come on, this thing could have been so much better, a little more tight writing. But honestly, the best episode to me has to be the Arrow one. In fact, it was actually Arrow's 100th episode. 100th episode, and I haven't stuck through Arrow as much as I did. I liked season 1. I watched it on Netflix. I watched all of it on Netflix. And season 2, I'm gonna watch season 2 on Netflix. Overall, I really do like the series. It started from this whole, that gritty time. I mean, seriously, it felt really good. I love it. I love the fact that, I love the fact they really went back and they got everything, seriously, you have Laurel there. You had Sarah, all these, it was basically, it reminded me of, there was a Batman, it reminded me of a Batman animated series where it was, Purchase to Dream. That was what the episode was called. Purchase to Dream, that Bruce Wayne was finding himself in a dream with his parents alive. He's engaged to Selena Kyle and does not moonlight as Batman. He's happy, but yeah, he knows something amiss. The words of every book was, illegible. Thinks he was really in a dream because, well, it's impossible to read while dreaming, which, then again, in my dreams, I can read things just fine. So, that sort of thing. And it felt like that, but they were stuck in alien ships and alien technology. Really good stuff. It actually had some really good, interesting stuff, including Diggle, which, by the way, this dude, Diggle, had Lila was not anywhere near his dreams. His hat was like a goal. It seems like he just continuously punishes himself as the Hood, as this mysterious vigilante. He took over the role of Green Arrow. Funny enough, we had 2 black guys taking over the role of heroes. You had Mac from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. becoming Ghost Rider, the Ghost Rider for a while. And then you had Diggle as the Hood, which, by the way, I still think that was pretty stupid of him. And Ollie in the first season is not having a mask on. Why are you not having a mask? It doesn't make any sense. Have a mask. Why is this so hard? Seriously, it's not so hard. That's just me. But anyway, it was really good. You had Speedy. It was very emotional seeing her family again. They slowly, all these type of things, and again, it showed that Oliver, after the years and everything else, he was actually a model citizen. I don't know what happened to him. He was wow, he's so great and everything else, but he was he was happy, but yet he wasn't happy, and somehow, by willpower alone, that the 5 people figured this out. and they got themselves out of the fantasy world. Like willpower alone, and they got out there. It was emotionally draining for all of them. But yeah, um, it was just emotionally, physically draining to them, and they got out and they continued. Yeah, Freedom Ray Palmer was there too. Yeah, well, that's odd. Uh, Kind of mix of season 1 and 2, like a season 1, 2, and 3 for the most part. You know, those type of characters. Interesting. You know, I still wish it was Ted Cord, right, instead of Ray Palmer, because yeah, well, I don't know why Ted Cord. That just fit better than Ray Palmer Industries, but that's just me. Ray Palmer with the pseudo Iron Man type of get up. Yeah, hopefully they'll finally phase that out eventually and have him dressed up as the Atom. That'd be really nice. I'm watching the game. The Cowboys just got a sack. No, got sacked. Actually, they got sacked. Yeah, Des Prescott got sacked. Cowboys and Vikings are playing, so wow. I'm really into sports. Sports. Yeah. Anyway, let's see. What else? Oh, yes. Arrow's 100th episode with this whole thing was a nice celebration of what the past and present and future was for the series. So congratulations to all of them. The fight scenes were great. Really tied to emotion. The emotion was great. As someone who wasn't really a big fan of Arrow, this was a really good shout for the fans and all the people who really cared about this series. So kudos to them. The best episode of the 4-episode block. And quite honestly, the worst one would be The Flash, as it was just a generic fight the bad guys, which the action was good, but yeah. But I think in the middle it was Legends, as Cisco basically realized, guys up in the future, like, man, now I realize what Barry went through and everything else, so maybe we won't have Cisco being a prick again, then we can actually being best buddies. And after that, then we had to reveal that it was Barry's flashpoint that caused the Dominators to go to war, which is stupid because I have no idea how the heck did the Dominators knew about time travel and all these type of things in Earth because one metahuman can do that. If that was the case, where were they when the Reverse Flash? The Reverse Flash was doing all these time hopping craziness. The time hopping craziness to them. Shouldn't they get that? Oh, the time hopping crazy. Shouldn't they be? Shouldn't the Dominators have showed up at season 1 at the Flash? That makes sense. I don't know, but that's just me. That's my personal opinion, and that's how they would. That's what. That's how I don't know how the show's just, they should screw it. The Dominators need a reason, and you need to fit Barry into this and stuff, which is stupid. I don't know. Why can't they just say, we just want to conquer you? Just like with Dominators, that's in our name. Couldn't it just be like, okay, they're just Dominators. They dominate races. They see things. They see them as a threat to come and take over their stuff. So Dominators are gonna dominate. They want to dominate species and all these type of things. That's what they do. But overall, the plan was really nice. I liked the fighting, the action scenes. Everything else fit really well. And all of them, the superheroes and everyone else, I liked like I said, the action was really good. It really flew perfectly. I mean, the Legends, Supergirl, Arrow's crew, and the Flash group did one hell of a job. So yeah, I think this is really, the way they turned out was really well. So, and it looked honestly like the Justice League International. It looked so much like the Justice League. Seriously, this was a great, but overall, the weak elements and the stuff that I really geeked out on all the powers and the nice little quips of card dance, and you have Brandon Ralph near the episode. Oh, she reminds me of my cousin. Kara, I'm like, oh really? Oh, Brandon. Seriously, Brandon Ralph got the dude really, he wasn't really that bad in Superman Returns. It was just this story really killed him. But Superman Returns really it was just again trying to be Superman, the 1978 version, which just did not work at all. Anyway, I can't wait to see this. This should get a DVD release on its own, since it's all... Honestly, just have the 3 heroes. I think it just be 3 episodes instead of 4, because it just didn't fit. Car and everything, the Supergirl thing, Heroes for Sailings, did not fit. You could... That, to me, that should be something you put up on... give that... I'm surprised that CW just say, hey, we'll make this a DVD of Heroes versus Aliens, Arrow, Legends of Tomorrow, and Flash. Supergirl had little nothing to do with it, but just say co-star with Supergirl and have like a box set DVD, and you have like the special features, all that stuff for Christmas, because that would be right there. Because that, to me, that would be a great little present for everyone else right there. If they can actually swing that. But that's just my personal thing. That's what I would do. But overall, I highly recommend this. And when it gets on the Netflix, I'll be definitely rewatching it again and again. Because this crossover was one hell of a thing. And CW, DCU, I can't wait to see more of it. And I can't wait to see what's going to be there for next year. So kudos to all the writing teams involved. All of them. You did one hell of a job. All right, thumbs up for it. Anyway, with that out of the way, that's the show, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, something ended with a positive for once. That's nice. I might do more of these reviews of TV shows and stuff like that. Maybe I'll get an anime reviews and stuff like that. If you want me to do so, I will. And Dallas got a touchdown. Joy. And the mood changes badly. I don't like Dallas, as you can tell. But anyway, it's been a great little podcast. Thank you so much for listening and watching. You can watch this on many things, on YouTube, on in iTunes, on Freaking Awesome Network, and on Freaking Awesome Network, Manic Expression, and anywhere I can plug this as well. So thank you so much for listening and watching. It's Dixie T here. Peace and love. I'll see y'all when I see y'all later.